Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Savannah and I am sending you lots and lots of love and praying that you find some time to be creative and to be at peace today. So I'm so excited for today's video. So today I'm doing my very first Roxy's volume of stitchery, or Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, sorry. Volume 7, Still Life. So I'm new to slow stitching and I've been waiting for the new challenge to come out because I didn't start getting into this until about a month ago. And so I didn't want to go ahead and start with field notes because I was so far behind on it, which is fine. I might someday go back and do it. So I think that perhaps I am starting with one that is maybe a little challenging, maybe not. If you've been following along other women on YouTube, then you know that this is a big project. So getting it to fit in the camera is somewhat problematic. So, and I can't find, I have a taller stand for the camera, but I cannot find where it is. And I am starting to feel better. My throat's still a little bit croaky. There might be a couple sniffles or coughs here and there, but thank you very much for everyone who has wished me the best. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So with my house, which I talk about this a lot in my videos, my house is quirky and that's what I love about it, but I don't have a lot of like wall space where I could put a big painting or big picture. I actually do have a large canvas that's framed that had an old painting on it that I've already gessoed over. Like I did that like a year or so ago thinking I was going to do something with it and I just haven't. So mine is going to be it's going to be a curtain is what I'm going to end up turning mine into. It's either going to be going at on my kitchen door or like right over here by my desk here. I have a window, so I might put it there. I haven't decided that yet. I didn't even think about putting it up here until I came up here this morning and was preparing to do the video, and I was like, oh, it might fit there. And it does. It's actually a perfect size. So we will see where I end up putting it ultimately. So this is just like a cotton muslin. It's actually a drop cloth. I use drop cloth a lot because I can find it easily and in the hardware store that's near my house, because for me to get to a fabric store, it takes over an hour. And so I get creative with what I have. But now I'm getting a lot of vintage stuff too. So this is what it is. And it's, let me see here. I've got it written down here. So this is 35 inches across with the seam allowance, I put it at like 39 inches. Because if I do it on the door downstairs, it has the type of curtain rod that goes like this, and then it goes in and connects, so I need a little bit bigger there. If I do it upstairs, it'll probably just be bunched up a little bit. So it's about 39 inches across, and then from top to bottom it's 42, and then with the seam allowance about 43. So I'm probably leaving a little bit bigger seam allowance than I need to, but I like to make sure I have more room because I can always cut. So I very much you're gonna see it probably anytime I do my slow stitching, aside from like when I'm doing like my pouches or things like that, I'll use the pastel colors. Other than that, when it comes to like my home decor, I keep it pretty neutral. I like that. It's calming to my mind. So a lot of what you're going to see me doing is tone on tone stuff. And that's what I like. And I think that's what kept me from getting into slow stitching or quilting, the fiber arts before, is because there's so much colors that are mixed together. And I appreciate that. And I love that in other people's work. But for me and in my home and what my husband prefers also, I have to take in what my husband considers in our home decor also. And he would personally like to, it's a really like clean aesthetic, but he has gotten and embraced some of the vintage stuff. But I also try to keep things very neutral, for that to be pleasing to him as well. So both of us really like the neutral tones. And so that's what I'm going to be doing with this project too. So I recently thrifted this fabric, and I think I have two different pieces that are very similar. And so I think it was tablecloths. It was either tablecloths or curtain. Oh, and I just want to say, if you hear any hums in the background, I apologize for it, but I am in San Diego mountains, and right now we are currently under a power safety shutoff because of the high winds. And so there are people running their generators. So you might hear the hum of generators in the background. But it is to help protect us against wildfires. And I just ask everyone, please pray for LA. There's a lot of really big wildfires happening there, and it's very unfortunate and very sad. So my heart goes out to them. I am far from that, but unfortunately, we are having the driest year at the start of what we call fire season, where the winds kick up, and it's the driest right now than it has been in 174 years. So prayers for us would be grateful, and prayers for the people who are affected by these fires that are happening. And hopefully no more fires will start. Okay. So this here, it was a tablecloth, and I know there's a name for this, and I think, let me see if it's coming up on camera. It's kind of not. Let me see if I hold it up a little bit, if you guys can see it. It has it's like embroidery, but it's not. Let me see if I put the light differently, because there is a sheen to this also. I don't know. Hopefully it will show up and I'm just not seeing it, because I tend to find that the videos actually end up looking better once they're on the TV than they do actually on the iPhone. But it has that almost as like an embossed pattern in it. So I don't know what that's called. If somebody knows, let me know so I don't keep trying to explain it, because I have a lot of this fabric. And I think this is the direction it goes. So let me flip that over. And it's double-sided. I did iron everything yesterday, and it doesn't look like it now. So this, to me, looks like a very pretty and elegant wallpaper. So I'm going to attach this as my wallpaper, or my background. And it might seem boring to some people, but I love it. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be beautiful. And that's what slow stitching, I made it a little bit wide, but that's what slow stitching is all about too, is taking the time and enjoying and what you like. So I think this is going to be really pretty. And I know some of this is getting cut off, but I think a good portion, actually, it's almost there. The bottom part is not, but the top part is. So I left my pin cushion downstairs, but I did bring some extra pins up. So I am going to start pinning this in. And since I started slow stitching, I was like, oh, I just had regular little straight pins, and I really like these that have the the flat, wider edge to them because they're just so much easier to grip. And so I got little bows. I found bow ones. I was so excited. So I'm just gonna pin this around. And I think I actually might be, because I have a lot of this fabric, so I might cover the whole thing in this fabric so that naturally it just, where the table's not, I don't think I'm going to put a window in. I think I'm going to make it look like there's a painting on the wall with fabric. I've gone back and forth, but yeah, I think I'm going to not do the window since I am using it as a curtain. But maybe on another project I might do that. So I'm just going to pin this around. And it doesn't have to be like perfect right now. So I have gotten so many ideas, and there are so many neat things that people are doing. I'm so excited to see everybody's projects that they're doing. Like I said, mine won't be as colorful, but if like everyone is speculating, if we are doing a vase of flowers, that will definitely bring in color, which is how I decorate my home anyway. And I'm hoping that this drop cloth doesn't end up being too hard to go through, but these little pens are going in nice and easy, so we'll see. I'm new to it, so if I make mistakes, well, I'm bound to make mistakes, but that's okay. It's all about the learning. Okay, I think that might be, let's just do one more over here. I think that might be enough for now. Okay, so then I gathered some bits. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up. And let's see. Let me find, I want to kind of find where my halfway is approximately, which is right here. So I can, kind of determine my, I'm going to just put two things right there at the halfway point so that I can kind of determine, I need my pin cushion. Both of them are downstairs that I have. Okay. So I can kind of determine my composition. So there's like the rule of thirds, you know, and that gets a little technical, but I don't want it, it doesn't have to be 100 completely, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to use words. It doesn't have to be completely composed correctly. I'm not like measuring or anything, but I just kind of want to have some general ideas. So I've gathered some different things for my table, and this is so big. So I was thinking of maybe using two of these for a tablecloth. So I wonder what that would look like if it was something like this. That's upside down. Because that to me looks like a tablecloth and a table. But then I was also thinking of possibly doing something round. But I kind of like the idea of this because that could be just layered up. I wonder if I can see what that looks like. Yeah, it's so hard for this to show up because it's so tone on tone. Like I said, I really like that look. I love long rectangular tables. It's my dream one day to have a long table in my kitchen. I just don't, the way it's currently configured, we don't have the space. But yeah, so this could represent my long rectangular table. And then if, like I said, I'm not doing a window, we can just kind of fold this over a little bit to get, so it kind of comes, ow, kind of comes in. I gotta remember I've got pins there. And I like the blue. I do put some blue in my home decor. Trying to see. I just don't know if that's gonna feel dimensional enough. Okay, so that was one idea. So we'll keep that in mind. Then my other idea is I have these and I didn't know. Okay, so these are two different colors. And that would be kind of the same thing. I think if I was gonna do that, I would do the other one. Then I also have this, which I would have to cut open, which was an old pillowcase for a tablecloth. So I would take all this piping off, or, well, I would take the backing off for sure. That's going to be really thick though. Okay. But I wonder how thick. Yeah, that is really thick. I think that would be really difficult to sew through. So then my next option is I have this stuff, which there's a stain on it. Which side is this? Is it on all of it or just the one edge? Oh, well, it went all the way through, but there's a little stain there, but it could easily be covered up. So if I went with this one, then I could kind of create a round table, which might be kind of nice because it gives, I feel like that kind of gives a little bit more dimension to it. This is so hard. It's not showing up very good on the camera at all because of the tone. So this is the eyelet kind of fabric, if you can see it. The shadows. It's also not, it's the morning, so it's dark. But I'm thinking for this that I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with this and I'm going to make it a round table, and I might even offset it a little bit. I might center it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's going to be pretty. So it's tone on tone and there's dimension in the fabrics. Then for the picture, oh, well, there's one other thing I wanted to audition over here too. I also have this, which is a table runner. So there's that side, which is like whiter with the pink. Oh, that could be kind of cute. Or there's this side. My other thing is I actually use this a lot, so I don't know if I want to cut this up. But then I could do just this part here. Something like that. Which would be pretty. I think I'm going to stick with my original plan of going tone on tone though. And I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to go round. Okay. I had paused the video to look for something to be my picture. And when I did that, I came across this large doily that I had forgotten I have. And so this is going to be the tablecloth and be the representation of the table. It's absolutely perfect. It's beautiful. I love it. It'll be keeping it intact in its full form for the most part, I think. So I think that's going to work. I'm so happy. I can't believe I forgot about this. So I think this is just ideal for this project. Is there a different side? Oh, I think it's that side. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And I've got this folded over, so it is quite a bit longer. And I might have to cut some of it off, but we'll see how that goes once I start stitching it on. So then up here, and I might offset it too, I'm not sure yet. Up here is where I was thinking of putting like some kind of something to represent like a photo on the wall. So I've got this, which is from a Laura Ashley pillowcase. I could do like a long one there. I have this from a vintage sheet that I got off of, I think I ordered this off Poshmark. So I could do, you know what I could do? Oh, I think I will. I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna cut this yet because I'm gonna have to really lay this out to get the dimensions, but I think what I'm gonna do is cut this in half and then do something where it looks like a gallery wall, so that there would be 3 of these long rectangular pictures. Yes. Okay, so that's decided. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do there. So it'll be 3, like a gallery style, and I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do for the framing. It's probably going to be a lace. And it's probably going to be, I have some dark brown laces. It's not going to be this, but just to kind of give you an idea, it'll be something like that to frame the pictures, but all the way around each one. So if you can visualize that. So I will be back in the next video, hopefully having this more stitched down, and hopefully I can find my taller thing so that I can lay this all out. But I think that is giving everyone a general idea of what I'm going to be doing, and I'm so excited to start this and work on this. So I'm so excited to be a part of this community. Thank you guys for all your love and support that you have been giving me, and I will link below the playlist from Roxy Creations and Roxy Creations by Sarah in this, and there's a couple other women that have done some really great videos also, and I will try, if I remember, I'll try to link their stuff below as well. So until next time, love always, Savannah.